We're going to be looking at an electronic nail gun, or really it's a brad gun, a pin tacker. This particular one will take brads up to 35mm long, or staples up to 30mm long, with a minimum of 15mm, so just over half an inch. Using for fixing two individual pieces of timber or whatever together in a fairly swift way, making life a lot easier. It's a permanent fixing if it's done properly. Quite often they're used as temporary fixings until we can get along and screw the things into place afterwards. But just to demonstrate to you how it works, the brads themselves are loaded into the gun and the cartridge is shut on it. Spring loaded. I don't know whether you can see that, whether the camera can get closely enough to see the spring. And then as I open that, you'll see the spring release and then close up again. So with a little window there, you can see how many brads you've got left, how many nails you've got left. This particular one's called Tackwise. This is a domestic version. This is 230 volt. There are of course 110 volt varieties, and of course there are much bigger nail guns that there are separate videos about. So that's the machine in all its glory, and this is how it works. If we want to fix this piece of timber to this, put the gun on the timber and press the trigger. Now you can see by the way that jumps that it's a fairly powerful machine despite its size, and that will fix that. Gives a good solid fixing there, which certainly won't be pulled apart very easily. And if you wanted to use some glue, the good thing about using brads is that very rarely do they split the timber, which allows the head to sink just below the surface, and there aren't really any visible fixings when you're joining this stuff together. So brads are a great thing to use when we're doing carpentry work that we want to keep the fixings pretty much invisible, and with a bit of glue it makes it into an absolutely permanent fixture.